Hello! How are you all doing? Make sure you've got an oil or a moisturiser, a towel. Yeah, how is everyone? Did anybody sleep a bit better last night? I still had super broken sleep, but I think I properly fell asleep about 4, to be consistently asleep. Yeah, so hoping that tonight will be a bit better. Yeah, we'll just hang on a couple of minutes. Did anybody try the... Hi Christine, hi Raymond. I slept so much better. Yes, this is great. Oh, amazing. Oh, did you try the black and white mode? And really lovely oh, yes, this is great. Yeah, did anybody try the black and white mode on their phone? It makes your phone so boring. I actually find it quite difficult to use my phone when that's on. But yeah. Hello, hi Madison. Hi Joe in the next room. Joe's my girlfriend. Oh, that's funny. Cool. So we'll just hang on a little bit longer. That's a little fluff going. We just had a massive takeaway tonight. I'm so full. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier, grab an oil or a moisturiser, grab a towel, just get into a position that you are going to be comfortable working on your feet. It's going to be exactly the same as yesterday, just keeping it quite simple, quite straightforward, focusing on points of tension and a few reflexes to help aid relaxation. So yeah, I think you were all here yesterday. In case anyone watches this in a repeat, you're new to Reflexology. Reflexology is an acupressure therapy where different points of the body correspond to different areas in the hands or feet, and by working into those areas we can have an impact on the way that they function, which should leave you feeling super relaxed, and hopefully you'll see a change in how you're feeling. So yeah, what we're hoping to see a change in at the moment, doing what we're doing for the next few nights, is to see an improvement in our quality of sleep. So hi Olivia. Yeah, so hoping to see improvement in quality of sleep, and that's kind of why I wanted to do it a few nights in a row, because sleep hygiene is all about doing the same things, being really consistent. Your body needs to fall into a bit of a rhythm with sleep. So I think we will get started. So again, I'm gonna move the camera around so you can see my feet a bit more easily, because that's what you need to see. And it doesn't matter what foot you start on, but I'm going to start on my left foot, which I think will look on your right foot, but the sequence is going to be the same on both feet today. So let me move. Also, yeah, feel free to ask questions throughout, but it might be tricky if you have willy hands. Oh, stiff today. Ooh, made a funny sound. So sit in a way that's comfortable for you. I'm sitting on the edge of my bed, well, my housemate's bed to be honest. And how's this angle for you guys? Is that okay? I think that's a good angle. Cool. So grab your oil or moisturiser and get it warm in your hands first so it's not cold on your feet. This takes a minute to warm up this one. I've got a tea tree and mint tonight, and just work that all over the whole of your foot. You can come up the ankle a bit as well. I think I just dropped some balm on the floor. Yep, it's on my other big toe. Don't worry if you're just joining, we're literally just getting started. So just working into the whole foot. Little bits of oil oil everywhere. Great. So we're going to start up in that big toe again. So you can do this little walking method. You could just slide back and forth. Remembering you don't have to work very hard at all. And if you feel any crunching under the skin, like popping or bubble wrap, so I've got a real popping bit just here. So if you find that really work into the area, so that suggests you've got a bit of an imbalance and you want to give it a bit of extra attention. So this is kind of the base of my head, if you like, the bottom of my head. Almost where your head and neck meet. Well, this is the bit I'm working on. This was where I feel it. If you feel it anywhere else. And if you're pregnant, work into this reflex very gently. Sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier. This is the one reflex if you're pregnant, just to be careful on. We won't do any reproductive ones today. And coming down the edges of your big toe, and you will feel a little bone juts out on the outside edge here, and just work up and down there. So this is your pineal gland reflex, and your pineal gland has a huge influence on like your sleep and wake cycles. So if your sleep's been real up and down, don't be surprised if this is crunchy. Then coming to the neck, which was just this area here. So again, you can do this little walking method, or you can just slide back and forth. Yeah, that feels good today. And things might feel different from yesterday if you did this yesterday. Things can change quite quickly. Some areas will stay the same, like crunchy areas. Then we're going to come to this edge of the foot here. So I'm just going to slide up it. So this was your shoulder reflex. So far these have really been reflexes for points of tension. See, I'm mega crunchy in there. And then you can just massage it over the whole of the ball of your foot. So this was your chest area. And then we're just gonna move my foot so you can see this. You wouldn't need to move yourself, but I'm gonna come along this edge here. This was your spine reflex. So finding the two little joints on your big toe, and you're going to work the bone in between. So not on the joints, but in between. You can go backwards and forwards. Hi, Hannah. If you want to, you can take 5 little steps here. You've got 5 bones in this part of your spine. So these are the bones in your neck. And then taking a moment just to find the bone in the edge. Well, not in the edge, sorry. Along the arch of your foot. You can just run backwards and forwards like this if you want to, but if you're feeling fancy, just find your ankle bone, come forward and down. You'll feel there's another knobbly bone here, and work underneath that long bone, and you can take 12 steps. These are going into the individual bones in your spine. So we're working from the bottom to the top. So this is like thoracic 12, thoracic 11, thoracic 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's how you can find the individual individual bones in your spine. And then for the lumbar spines, this is your lower back. You can come up in front of the ankle bone or along the heel. But again, if you're pregnant, just make sure you're really avoiding this reflex here. This is your uterus reflex. So you can just come along like above the main part of the heel or up in front. So I'm showing you 2 different ones because depending on what reflexology charts you look at, sometimes they have slightly different placings. I like to work both. I think they kind of make it a more effective treatment. And then we're going to come back to the sole of your foot and come down in between your second and third toe. And then to just underneath the ball of your foot, you'll find that your thumb falls into a little dip. Just make big circles here. And this was your solar plexus reflex. And this is where we'll do a little breathing exercise at the end. So we're just keeping this really simple. This is like a nice mini treatment you can do on yourself, just as a little wind down before bed. And then just take a minute to go back to any of the areas that you felt like any of those crunchy bits or just felt really good to get into. So I had those crunchy bits in there. The little pineal reflex, which is your real good one for sleep. So I would recommend all of you going into here if that's why you're here. I'm actually going to give the outside edge of my heel a little rub. That's my ovary reflex. I've been having horrible ovary pain today. And just a bit of a once over again. And give each toe a little wiggle. And we'll go on to your other foot. So I'm gonna shimmy just so everything's the right way around, but you can stay where you are. Just get into a comfortable position again. You'll want to grab your oil to pop onto the other foot. Feel free to have a stretch in between. You might have a bit of muck on your foot. Get that off. And where did I put everything? It's behind you. God. Dear oh dear, I don't get out much anymore. And working your oil or moisturiser all over the foot. If you find whatever you're working with absorbs quite quickly into the skin and it's difficult to work over areas, just reapply some more. The more moisturiser or oil you apply, the easier it's going to be to move up and down the foot. So yeah, just giving a once over everywhere. You can come up into the ankle a bit as well. Yeah, that feels good. And coming to that big toe for the head reflex. You can also just do big circles. You'll still work into the reflex like this, but you might not feel those crunchy bits quite so specifically, but this is still going to really work it. And remembering if you're pregnant to work this reflex very lightly. That's because there's a point right in the centre of your big toe that we work to help prep the body for birth and labour. And then you're going to come to that edge, so you're coming down either side, finding when that bone juts out, and just rocking up and down there. So this was your pineal gland reflex. And this is a really great one for sleep. I really recommend working into that. Also the same, you can kind of like squeeze on the outside of your nails on your thumb to find that in your hand. And then coming along this area here for the neck. Can come this way as well. Always working in a way that's comfortable. I was like twisting my hand in a weird way there. So this is more comfortable for me. So just always working in a way that you don't overstretch your hands. Oh wow, I just found a mega. Can you see that my like thumb, like where it's like boom there, clicking over it? God, that's a real tense bit. My neck always feels like it needs to crack, so that's probably what's going on there. So then coming down to this outside edge here again. So this was your shoulder reflex. Again, these were all kind of points of tension. If you're tired, you might find your shoulders up round by your ears. And then into the ball of your foot. This was your chest area. So I like to think of this as someone stroking my chest, which I find super soothing. Like that's something you can just do to yourself if you're feeling at all panicked, is just gently stroke with like one hand at a time on your chest, and it's so calming. And then we're going to do that spine reflex. So finding the two kind of joints here, and you're going to work in between. So if you want, you can take 5 steps or just rock back and forth. So these were the bones in your neck. These are great reflexes if you're prone to migraines. Then hopping over that joint and just take a minute to find where that bone is. There's a bone just here, along the arch of your foot, and you'll get to like a knobbly point at the end. And you can just go backwards and forwards, or you can take individual little steps. And then for the lumbar spine, your lower back, you can come to the heels. Oh, crunchy. Again, remembering if you're pregnant to avoid this area here, that you can come along the top. So this was your lumbar spine reflex. Or you can also come up in front. So your lumbar spine reflex is also a really good one to work to support like period pain and your digestive system. You've got loads of nerves that they start in this part of your spine, and the endings are in your uterus and parts of your digestive system. And just coming back to the sole of your foot, in between your second and third toe, until you find that little dip just here for me. And just making nice big circles on the solar plexus reflex. And then take a second to go over any areas that you felt any crunchy bits or just felt really good to work into. Even if that was an area that we didn't work, but it felt, if you feel like you want to spend a bit of time there. So I'm going to work into the top of my foot a bit. Yep, a little crack. If there's any areas where you want to get a little bit more attention. And then give each toe a little wiggle. And that's the reflexology done. So I'm going to shimmy back around and we'll do the little breathing exercise again So if you want to do it on the feet, it was this little point here, so that last reflex that we did, and I'll show you how to do it on the hands if you would prefer to work that, if trying to get to both your feet at the same time is a bit uncomfortable. So, hello. So if you want to work into both feet, if sitting like this is comfortable, you could also cross over and get into both of them there. But if you want to, you can come onto the hand, and there's really can't get the light to work into the centre of the hand there. And if you are working on the hand and you want to lie down and do the breathing, absolutely just get comfortable, whatever feels good for you. So what we're going to do is make big circles on the inhale, hold the breath and the pressure, and exhale. We're going to do 5 breaths tonight. So get into a position that's comfortable and just take a big exhale to start with, and find your solar plexus reflex. So breathing in, making big circles. Hold the breath and the pressure. And exhale. Breathing in big circles. Hold the breath and the pressure. And exhale. Breathing in big circles. Hold the breath and the pressure. And exhale. Breathing in big circles. Holding the breath and the pressure. And exhale. And one last time, breathing in. Hold the breath and the pressure. And exhale. And just let go of that reflex. Take a little stretch. And that's us done for this evening. So I hope you're feeling nice and relaxed. If you want to have a little bit more reflexology, I've got another IGTV that's on the hands. It's very similar to this, but it's another way you can work into the reflexes. Tonight's little tip is one that quite a few people know already. It's another phone hack, and it's putting your phone into night shift mode. And what that does is it filters out the blue light. It makes your phone appear a bit more yellow looking, but you hardly notice it doing it. And say Kato, so oh Tilly, hi. Oh, I'm glad you joined. Yay. Oh, hope you sleep well. But yeah, night shift mode blocks out the blue light. Blue light really fucks with our sleep. So putting your phone into this mode, you can schedule it to sunrise and sunset, and it kind of does it automatically. You won't even notice your phone doing it. This is all for iPhone. If anyone knows how to do it for other phones, do let me know. If you have a MacBook, you can also do that setting on there as well. I'd really recommend doing it. Also, pop your phone into black and white mode. Makes your phone really horrible to use, and hopefully you'll put it down. But yeah, I think that's everything from me. I'm going to go and give my girlfriend a treatment now, because she was up till 4 in the morning watching Married at First Sight Australia. If you want some trash, watch it. It's great, but don't watch it till 4 in the morning. Yeah, I'll hopefully see some of you back here tomorrow. Let me know if you sleep any better, and yeah, thank you for joining. And yeah, see you soon. Okay, bye. I'm saying bye. How do I end it? Okay, bye.